Okay, so let me get this straight. After getting shut out by the last place team in the Northern Division, the Ottawa Senators, the Habs, they get a day off. And then they come out and score one goal the very next game. A goal that only went in because Eric Stahl forgets to cut his freaking toenails before the game. Yeah. That's what this season is boiling down to right now. The Habs offense is based upon how long a player's toenails are. What? Carey Price played a good 20 minutes. Then Jake Allen absolutely stood on his head for a good, 30 minutes. And that third period, the Habs, they were bystanders. They really were. Edmonton was getting relentless pressure. It was only a matter of time before things got ugly. And they sure did, boys. Now, before we get into the game review itself, we did get a winner during my game preview for this one, as we had a man successfully predict the score. Yeah. So, congratulations to, let's get a drum roll going here, Coast to Coast NHL Hockey News. And my friend, your next task is to predict me the winning lotto numbers. Okay, so the first period begins, and the first thing I notice here is Carey Price is wearing blue pads now. Holy shit. This guy reminds me of my wife with her nails or something. Every week, it's like Carey Price just looks at the boys and says, you know what? I think I'm gonna get my pads done. Yeah, instead of nails, it's pads. They're blue now. Anyway, here we go. The Habs are in complete control of this game, and 8 minutes in, I'm pretty impressed. They didn't really generate a lot of chances, but they're controlling the play. Jujhar Khaira comes in, he gets a good hit on Brett Kulak, and then a couple of minutes later, something kind of ugly happens. Alexander Romanov steps up and delivers a hard, clean, might I add, hit on Khaira, and right after, man, holy shit, Khaira just looks out of it. The lights are on, but nobody's home. I mean, it's terrible to watch. I felt so bad for him. It was strange, too, because he only went down for a second on his knees, and then he bounced right back up. But he definitely had the Bambi legs going as he was heading towards the bench and needed help. So I just want to say, I hope Khaira is fine. I know he was concussed in a fight earlier this season with Richie, and I don't know, maybe they rushed him back too soon. And yeah, that shit's never good. So I wish him the best, and I hope he's back soon. The play goes on, and the game is looking pretty chippy now. Cassian lays a good hit on our boy Weber, knocking him down, and then a minute later, Archabod throws a hit in the Habs zone. He turns the puck over, and McDavid takes a shot that beats Carey Price. But Chiasson, he makes contact with Carey Price, and Dominique Ducharme decides to take it to the next level. Coach's challenge, as he thinks Carey Price has been interfered with, and rightfully so. It goes the right way for the Habs. They call off the goal, and it's still a 0-0 game. Play goes on. The physical play continues. It's getting wilder out there by the minute. Lots of hits from both sides. Even Connor McDavid, man, he's getting involved quite a bit, and, with his elbows tucked down, thankfully. Darnell Nurse then takes a high sticking penalty with just under 5 minutes left to go in the period, and the Habs get a lot of sustained pressure on this one, but again, they fail to find the back of the net. A minute later, Phil Deneau takes an interference penalty on McDavid as, things continue to heat up a bit physically. The Oilers also fail to score on their man advantage, and the period comes to an end with the shots tied 7 apiece, and believe me, guys, that was a fun one to watch, because that first period alone of Habs hockey was more entertaining than the last 9. But, of course, the party always goes sour eventually, right? Now, moving on to the second period, and things get a little strange here because Carey Price is nowhere to be seen. Not sure if this was a game of hide-and-go-seek gone wrong with a teammate during the intermission, but yeah, he's gone. Now, we did later find out that Carey Price left because of the incidental contact when Chiasson came into the crease. He kind of gave him a little nudge, and apparently, according to Dominique Ducharme, this is why he didn't return. Now, a couple of minutes into the second period, Arturi Lehkonen gets a breakaway, but he is stopped by Mike Smith, who comes up with yet again another big save. Then after a couple of good shifts from Edmonton, Carey throws the puck towards the Edmonton net, and the puck goes off Eric Stahl's skate and into the net. Holy shit, yeah. Eric Stahl, the Oilers killer, apparently. A couple of minutes later, Thomas Tatar slashes the stick out of Tyson Barrie's hands, and off to the power play go the Oilers. They get a couple of chances, but credit to the Habs penalty killers, as they manage to kill this one off. Now, a couple of minutes later, Josh Anderson goes to throw a big hit on Leon Draisaitl along the boards, and Draisaitl's stick kind of comes up and catches Anderson in the face. So, off to the power play go the Habs now. Yeah, it was seeming like it was going to be a great game with not many penalties, and then the refs just said, you know what, screw it. We don't need this 5-on-5 shit. And believe me, this may have been the worst power play I have ever seen in my life right here, as these 2 minutes felt like a personal eternity of hell to watch for me. The Habs didn't do anything, and then right at the end of it, Mike Smith gets the puck and he dumps the puck himself right down to Connor McDavid, who's waiting, along with Puljujarvi, and the Oilers have a 2-on-0. But guess what? They don't even get a shot somehow. I don't know if McDavid was having some kind of Vietnam-style Phil Deneau flashback, and that's why he just lost the puck, but I don't know. Play goes on for a couple of minutes, and yet again we get another penalty as Paul Barron clips Jones near the Oilers' blue line. And our little Polly B gets a penalty. But somehow, someway, the Habs managed to kill this one off too, with a little help of our old friend, Jake Allen. But because the Habs, they enjoy playing with fire for some reason, Tyler Toffoli figures, hey, guys, watch this. I'm going to take one now. It's my turn. And right at the end of the period, he gets a cross-checking penalty. Jeez, man. I swear there's more IQ in a llama bean than some of these guys. Now the third period begins. And at this point, I'm honestly looking at the goaltender coming out of the gate. I'm like, Jake Allen, is he here now? We already saw Carey Price disappear during an intermission. Who knows? Maybe Allen just got abducted by aliens. But nope. Allen is still there and things are good. Right? Well, they do start the period off by killing off the Oilers' power play. You gotta give some credit to Jake Allen here. The guy made some big saves here at the beginning of this third period on that power play and afterwards too, as he's just putting on a clinic down there. He gets a nice glove save from a partial Josh Archibald breakaway attempt, and then with about 9 minutes left to go in the third period, after endless grinding and many opportunities, the Oilers, they finally capitalize on a goal, with Ethan Bear finding the back of the net against Allen. And you could feel this one coming. I tell you, you really could. Now, I don't know about anybody else. I was watching this game and the announcers were clearly biased towards Edmonton, which is fine. I'm cool with that. But after Ethan Bear scored, I don't know. I think that play-by-play announcer might have had to, change his underwear. Pretty sure he did some stuff in there that wasn't cool. Now play goes on and the Edmonton Oilers just begin bombarding Jake Allen with quality scoring chances. But Allen, he keeps them at bay temporarily. But you see, Connor McDavid has been held off the score sheet here against the Habs for quite a long time. And finally, he just says, no, I had enough of this shit. Not only does he score, but he scores a freaking beauty, splitting the D and then going upstairs on Jake Allen. And, God, here we go again. Under 5 minutes left to go in the third period, and the Oilers take their first lead in the game. Wonderful. Now, a couple of minutes later, instead of the Habs, tying the game, it's Connor McDavid again. This time, he finds Puljujarvi all alone on a breakaway, and Puljujarvi makes no mistake and beats Allen again, glove side. And then the Habs pull their goalie, and Devin Shore gets the empty netter. Off a feed from Yamamoto. God! Stings. What a sickening ending. Blech. Just think of it this way. The Habs were winning 1-0 after 50 minutes to play, and then, with under 10 minutes left to go in the third, they just say, screw it, and they let 4 goals in. Yeah. Nothing to see here, guys. Just a team that's, finding its own creative ways to lose games. Anyway, guys, that does it for this game review. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I sure as hell didn't. Catch you later.